it is wet. Howdy folks, it is cold and it is wet. It sounds like winter has finally arrived here in the Northwest, and winter for us means a lot of rain in a short period of time. But that doesn't stop you from getting hungry, does it? So today we're actually out at a local campground, and I'm gonna be cooking up a very simple vegetable and beef rice pilaf. It's gonna be hearty, it's gonna warm us up on a wet day like this. I do apologize in advance for the sound. There is no cover here, so I'm not using any remote microphones. But today we're gonna be, as I said, making a wild rice pilaf. We're gonna be cooking the rice right now. I'm gonna dice up some carrots, chop up some fresh asparagus, some of my favorite medley potatoes. We're gonna fry it all together into a nice hearty lunch. So stand by as we start getting things ready to go. Right. While the rice is slowly simmering away, let's go and get started on getting these veggies ready to go. And as I said earlier, we're gonna just do a nice hearty wild rice, vegetable and beef pilaf. It is cold, it's wet. I'm gonna do what I can to get things ready to go here. And if you're hearing all that wonderful airplane traffic above us, I do apologize for that. We're unfortunately underneath the flight path coming into the local SeaTac airport. It's one of the drawbacks to being along the water here is you get a lot more plane traffic than you would if we're up in the mountains. But on a day like today, I guess I'm just happy to be outside, and I found a place to stop and take a little bit of a lunch break. For the asparagus, these have kind of passed their prime. They're starting to get a little soft, so we're going to just chop them up. We'll throw them in at the very last minute into our stir fry, just to add a little bit more flavor, some decadence, and a little bit of heartiness to the meal. Ordinarily, with a meal like this, we'd obviously want to use fresh meat, but since we're out on the trail, I'm actually using this old-fashioned deli-style beef sticks. Now these are just it's a local company here in the Northwest. They put out a fantastic product. The flavor is great, and the beauty is the meat can last unrefrigerated in your pack for quite a long time. It's nice and tender, so there isn't any need to rehydrate it. There's enough moisture already in it. Just need to chop it up and add it into our meal. That is, if I can get enough feeling in my hands to do so. Looks like that rice is just about done. Give it a couple more minutes. Okay, so today's adventure was kind of unplanned, but I had a little bit of extra time in my day and I thought, what a great opportunity to get outside. To be completely honest, it wasn't raining when I set out on this adventure today. Good thing I always keep a raincoat in my pack. I had the food ready to go because I definitely planned on having lunch on my hike today. I just didn't expect it to be a wet weather lunch. One of these days I'm going to learn to plan just a little bit farther ahead and maybe throw a tarp shelter in my pack too, but I guess that's for another day. Here's a neat little hack. Typically when you're making a rice pilaf, you're gonna want to use a fresh chicken stock or a chicken broth as flavoring. Well, when you're out on the trail, you're obviously not gonna carry chicken broth with you, but a nice ramen soup base is a fantastic seasoning. It adds in just a lot extra spices and goodness without having to carry a lot of those extra ingredients. Yes, it's certainly going to increase the salt intake in your meal. So I would definitely take that into consideration while you're planning your recipes. If you're using dry sauce packets, chances are you're not going to need to add any salt. Likewise, if you're using cured meat, you're going to run into that same problem. Just something to keep in mind. I personally love salt, so it's never an issue for me. So as we're softening up these veggies, it's probably a good time for me to throw in that shameless plug. If you're enjoying the video and you like the content, don't be afraid to give it a thumbs up. Think about hitting that subscribe button. And the comments are always greatly appreciated. They give me some great ideas for more videos in the future. And as always, the support is greatly appreciated. Once again, my appetite, my eyes are proving to be bigger than my pan. But that's all right. We're gonna let this slowly simmer and all the flavors blend together. Just a few more minutes and we ought to have a pretty decadent lunch. One piece I just about forgot, to kind of top things off. Got some roasted pecans and dried cranberries. I know it sounds a little odd, but trust me, the flavor is amazing. Just lightly mix that in. And we are ready to eat. Well, there we have it, folks. Rainy afternoons in the Northwest, lots of airplane traffic ahead of us, and a nice hearty beef and vegetable rice pilaf, cooked on an open flame. Yeah. Again, I'll never claim to be a gourmet, but doesn't mean you shouldn't give it a try. So until next time, folks, hope to see you out there on the trail. Let's go for a walk. Good stuff.